The Raiders and Broncos. Raiders lost to the ESPN analyst-led Colts in Jeff Saturday-led Colts. They also just lost to the Jaguars. And the Raiders have looked anemic. And the Broncos, I mean...
what is there to say?
What is there to say? Their offense is the worst in the league. Russell Wilson absolutely committed robbery against Walmart's led Broncos. And luckily for us, the 4:00 slates, when it's going to be Cowboys and Vikings and Bengals and Steelers, we're going to be stuck watching this game on Red Zone.
Yep.
So Raiders and Broncos game. What is there to say? First of all, over under a 41.5 under. Are you kidding me? Both of these teams are anemic. Broncos offense is awful. One thing I will say is when they faced earlier this year, it was the only time that Russell Wilson looked decent.
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, QBR of 122, 240 yards. That's the only thing I can say about this game.
Yeah. Yeah, I think this game, it's safe to say it's going to be 2-0. I think the Broncos are going to get a safety and win that way. And I don't trust either of these teams. Last time we had to pick this game, I picked them to tie because I didn't think either team deserved to win the game. But now I'm going one better. I think it's just going to be a safety, and I think it's going to be 2-0 because neither of these teams deserve any support from fans. The Broncos defense, you guys have played well. I support you guys, but the offense, the Broncos organization as a whole, the Raiders organization as a whole, do you guys deserve support? Do you guys deserve love? Like, no. And I can't sit up here and being like, well, I think the Broncos are going to win because of this, or I think the Raiders are going to win because of this. It's like, no, I despise you both so much that I think it's just going to be a safety to nothing, because that's what I think of both of these teams. And I wish a safety was negative points, so this game could be 0 to -2. That's what I wish. I wish we could have negative points just so this game was nothing to less than nothing, because that's what both of these teams have been. Both of these teams should have been a Super Bowl contender. Both these teams should be at the top of their division competing, but they're not. They're historically bad underachievers. And even Colin Cowherd can't defend his precious Russell Wilson. Even Rich Eisen and I, who are the highest on the Raiders coming into the year, have had to back off and be like, no, we were wrong. This was our worst take coming into the year. And the Raiders did that to me. The Broncos did that to Cowherd. It's just unacceptable how bad these organizations are. I wish we could have negative points just for this game. -2 to -4.
I don't think I could have put it any better. I mean, Broncos offense worst in the league, despite signing a Super Bowl champion. Raiders trading for what many people thought was the best wide receiver in the league, and can't do anything. I mean, good God. And not only that, blown multiple 14-point leads. 3, to be exact.
Yeah.
So I don't have faith in any of these teams. If anything, the Raiders go up to a 10-point lead. Broncos somehow come back and win it. That's how I'm going to expect it to be. I don't have faith in anybody. The only thing I can give faith for the Broncos with is that they somehow have won 3 games despite being the worst game on television to watch.
And they still lost to the Raiders.
They did still lose to the Raiders. But somehow, some way, when we're forced to watch this on Red Zone because Scott Hansen decided to take a piss break midway through the games.
And then he left it on Broncos.
And then he just left it on Broncos Raiders. That's the game that we'll be able to watch, is that god-awful game.